Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Welcome to the post-match reaction here on Latte Firm. A devastating second-half display from the Arsenal. 4 goals in a 14-minute blitz in that second half has got our third win out of 3 in this Champions League group phase. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the channel. What a glorious night. And on a personal note, I took my boy, my youngest child, to his first Champions League game tonight. And I went into the game thinking, not going to be many goals. I was worried it'd be just a goalless draw. And of course it was at halftime. And then we came out in that second half and it was sensational. How are you all feeling? Welcome to the show. If you're tuning in for the first time, please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content. Drop a like on the video. The vibes on a night like this are absolutely sensational. And it is a pleasure to be here. Oh, what a win. Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid 0. Have Atletico Madrid ever lost by such a margin in the Champions League? What are Arsenal doing? Arteta, the lunatic, my gaffer, the defensive monster that we are. We're not conceding shots on goal. We're not conceding goals. I don't want to get carried away. It's not even November, but it is looking good. Arsenal are cooking across all fronts. Welcome to the show. Let's get some chat in. AFC 777, he beat me to it with the celebration. What a performance, says Jason. Gyökeres's best performance for us tonight, in my opinion, was pressing like he was possessed and holding up play excellently. But how dare we concede a shot on target? Pathetic. Did we concede a shot on target? I mean, it was a goal. It was a ball from, I think it was Julio Alvarez who hit the bar. Does that count as a shot on target? I'm not sure. Evening to you, Woodsy. Welcome to the show. V Vlad says that was sensational, FK. Top performance. Happy for Gyökeres and Martinelli. Miles Lewis, Skelly, Zubimendi were excellent too. Nights like these are special. Come on, you Gunners. I do apologize for the audio video out of sync. I don't know what is happening at YouTube and StreamYard. Forgive me for it. When the slides come up, you won't be able to see my mug too much, so hopefully that won't put you off. Delt, his voice is a bit hoarse from celebrating that 30-minute onslaught of goals. This was a tough fixture aside from Raya's blunder. The boys were great 1 through to 11, and the subs sort out the game neatly. Indeed. Welcome. Let's go, FK. The big Gab and big Vig celebration. Going to see plenty of that. If you've got a dislike for Victor Gyökeres' celebration, let me tell you, turn away now, turn off, get to bed. The slides are going to be epic. Trevor Bibbins, welcome to the show. Mustafa says, what a performance. Martinelli playing on instinct is class. That's what I'm talking about. Gabby Martinelli always playing on instinct. That is his strength. That is the way that he finishes. And it's so good to see him in the goals. And what a goal. What a move. More to come on that shortly. Vigs, welcome. Evening, Gooners. Fair to say that we are one of, if not the most lethal sides to play against, especially if we score first. We own Spanish clubs big time. We're proving very difficult to beat. We're proving very difficult to play. And long may this continue. I think the squad is stacked. And I'm even sort of wondering, like, if one player goes down or if, if we have a suspension or whatever, I think the squad is deep enough to contain this structure and to sustain it. I'm so excited. JCF says, on the train, but what a game. Didn't see that coming. And no one I spoke to in the stadium did either. No, likewise, we did the match preview. I did the match preview last night. I expected maybe a goalless draw, maybe a 1-1. I'd have taken a 1-0, obviously, but 4-0? What a performance from Arsenal. And listen, 4-0. Get bopped 4-0 at the Emirates and then have to take a cold shower. We all saw that. At least the hot showers are after the game. Let's see. Asheen welcome says, hello, best Gyökeres performance even before the goals. Always love a Martinelli goal. I thought Victor Gyökeres was outstanding. I think he's been so good for the last few weeks. Those of you that have tuned in, week out, day after day, you will know how much I love Victor Gyökeres. Just use your eyes and see what he's doing for this team. And to get his goals, especially a team of that caliber, I think that's going to do wonders for his confidence. It has to. Henke, welcome. How dare we score open play goals? What is this filth? Indeed, Henke. Live it, breathe it, drink it. Alex says, vamos. Stellar performance, says Jim. Jizzle McDizzle. Glockerej. Meek Miller 02 says, putting the world on notice now. Come on, you Gunners. Listen, the chat is wild. People are so happy. Look at this. Vamos. We live, baby. We are indeed. Get in. Honestly, what a great night. And I hope you guys all enjoy this match, this moment in isolation. At the end of the day, he is passed out. I took my son Zane to the football. Everyone was so nice, so welcoming. He wore his number 6 shirt. He was so devastated at halftime because we were in the North Bank. No goals had come in. We didn't see much goal mouth action apart from that David Raya scare in that first half. And then that 14-minute blitz was phenomenal. Gabriel poking home, Gabriel Martinelli with that Thierry Henry-esque finish. Victor Gyökeres, one of Zane's favourite players, and doing the celebration right in front of him. Mate, honestly, as a dad, it was one of the most wholesome evenings for me. He had a fantastic, fantastic night. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Louis says, my, oh my, we are good at football. How are you home already? Well, because I had the little one, Joe, I had to leave the stadium at 87 minutes, managed to get home, obviously parked up on a really nice position, pegged it home, tucked him in bed, did the slides, and here we are. 4-0, baby. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. It was his first Champions League game. He's been to a couple of league games, but yeah, well, his last league game, we lost at home to Bournemouth 3-1. But listen, what a great night. And I was saying, we haven't won anything yet. You know, I get that. And I was listening to TalkSport on the way home, and they're also, yeah, it's typical Arsenal, not even into November, and they're going to get carried away. Look, get carried away. Enjoy the romance of it. Like, be optimistic, dream about what is possible, dream about what might come this season. You have to go with the flow of the roller coaster that is football and supporting Arsenal. Like, you have to take these nights. This is a special night to beat Atletico Madrid the way that we did at the carpet. Phenomenal stuff. Great performance. Enjoy it. Doesn't matter what happens tomorrow. Enjoy the moment. Enjoy the goals. Enjoy the game. Drink this feeling in. Give it to your non-Arsenal fans. Rejoice with your fellow Arsenal fans. You've got to enjoy the moment. Danny says, Gyökeres brace. Love to see it. OMG. Mini FK got to see such a great first UCL match indeed. Thank you so much for that. Really appreciate it. Atletico Madrid did lose 4-0 to Dortmund last year, says Danny, he thinks. Someone check that out. Let me know. Not that I'm doubting you, Danny, but if that is the case, then that might be the joint heaviest defeat for Atletico Madrid in this competition. Atmosphere was good tonight, even before the goals. It was the light display. Redaction Gooners were talking about it in the run up to the game. I thought it was pretty neat. Nothing extraordinary that we've not seen before, but good on the club. One night it's flags, the other night it's fireworks, another night it's the light display. You got to do different things. I liked it. My son was mesmerized, so that was really, really cool. Arteta respect, says Pato. Where are the Arteta haters? Hey, tonight, eh? Hey, come on, let's have you. Raya did make one save late on. Yes, so that is a shot on goal. TSay4422 says, big ups from Kansas City. All love to our Latte Firm family. The Arsenal put on a show tonight. European champions in the waiting. Let's hope so. Listen, keep the chat active. I can't keep up, but I really appreciate all of you guys making time to join little old me and to sort of rejoice and reflect on tonight's performance. Hundreds of you already watching. Let's fire up the slide. So let's start by talking about, I guess, starting lineup. And this was ours tonight, as you can see on screen, courtesy of Arsenal.com. David Raya in goal, Jurien Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and Lewis Skelly. The change that we talked about last night in the match preview show. We thought there'd be a change at left back. I'm really pleased that Miles Lewis Skelly got some minutes. Declan Rice, Zubimendi, and Eza. And I think Zubimendi picked up a yellow tonight, which means he misses Prague, but will be back for Bayern Munich. Did Declan Rice get a tactical yellow? I'm not sure. Need to check that out. Eza played with Saka, Martinelli, another change on that left-hand side. That is exactly what we talked about in the previous show yesterday. And Victor Gyökeres up top. And look at the bench. Kepa, Setford, obviously our two goalkeepers. Mosquera, who came on, I think, on about 70 minutes for Gabriel Magalhaes. Ben White, Piero Hincapié, Ricardo Calafiori, Christian Norgard, who got some minutes tonight. Leo Trossard, Mikel Merino. That is a good-looking bench, ladies and gents, boys and girls, and I do not say that lightly. That is something that we have craved. And this picture on the right-hand side, why the hell not? Victor Gyökeres deserves his flowers. He's taken so much criticism over the last few weeks from non-Arsenal fans and even a small proportion of Arsenal supporters, but he deserves his flowers. He deserves all the love tonight. I think he got man of the match as well for the 2 goals that he scored. I'm going to enjoy it. I'm going to drink it in. That is what we are talking about. Great win tonight, says D-Day Spring. Happy for the boys. Alex says, can't take for granted how good this squad is. We used to only dream of nights like this at the carpet. Indeed, we did. V Vlad says that Martinelli finish. Henri would be proud. Madrid is red. Yeah, we've got something over the Madrid clubs, don't we? Let's hope that we can repeat it if we get to the latter stages of this competition. MWG417 says, most epic 13 minutes I have seen ever from Arsenal. Come on, you Gunners. I think that's that 14 minutes when you watch it back again is just going to be joyous. I need to see it all. I haven't seen anything. I've obviously just come home and raced online. I love you all, says Sap7002. We love you too, my man. We love you too. It is great to be here. Such good vibes in the chat. Dan says, evening all. Great performance from the team. Epic result, says Christopher Michelle. Even though it's only the league face, nicely done throughout the pitch. It is a fantastic, fantastic win. Funagala says, two of the most hideous goals I've ever seen, but I love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. So look, that was the lineup. Zero complaints from me. Wanted to see changes on that left-hand side. And of course, Gabby Martinelli, someone who I really love, did play. And it was a 4-goal sort of blitz in those 14 minutes in that second half that got us the win. These are the stats, courtesy of Cannon Stats, which you can get straight on Twitter straight after the game. 4-0, expected goals 2.4 for Arsenal, so very comfortably exceeding those goals from set pieces tonight, but also open play. 19 shots on goal for Arsenal compared to Atletico's 11. They had one on target. There you go. That's the one confirmed. Open play shots from Arsenal 15. We just edged possession. It was quite a tight game. I thought Madrid started well, to be fair. The first half was a bit cagey. We looked a little bit lax at the back. Atletico Madrid weren't as tight as they normally are. And then, of course, second half we came out and blew them away. 440 passes completed to 416, really even, as you can see. Final third entries, though, almost double Atletico Madrid's, and we did really well. So look, nothing really strikes me in terms of those stats, but to concede a shot on target, disappointing, of course, but it's obviously unsustainable. And to score 4 goals against an XG of 2.4, absolutely fantastic. And look at Victor's little face, absolutely delighted. Christoph says they were also thrilled when Victor Gyökeres scored. Things that you love to see, mate. The North Bank was absolutely wild, let me tell you, when he scored and did the celebration. Whew, what a system that was. What a moment that was. FK, I told you before, Alvarez over Semenyo. He's a Mikel Arteta player. I love Julio Alvarez, especially when he just plays in the little pockets. He's so dangerous in between the lines, sort of floating just behind the front man. He is a very good player. It'll take a lot of money to prize him away from Atletico Madrid. If we were to dream and land a player like that, I'm all for it. But I do love Antoine Semenyo. And listen, this little thing that Leo Trossard and Gabby Martinelli have on the left-hand side this season, it seems like you go, I go. Anything you can do, I can do better. Like, I love this sense of competition. If they deliver the goals at the rate that they are delivering, so far, mate, we don't need Semenyo. Like, that would be the icing on the cake, of course. But if these two guys deliver these numbers at this trajectory, nothing to complain about. I cannot complain about it. And of course, you know how much I love Gabby Martinelli. Let's go, Latte, says Andrew. Thank you to you. Mohammed says, good evening. We might actually be good at football. I think so. I think we might actually be brilliant. JCF says, I'm still a good 45 minutes from home. The tube was shocking today. The Victoria line was really difficult. Lots of delays. I don't know what the hell was going on. Why listen to Talk Sport? I know. Martinelli is silencing his haters, says Krishna. I saw it coming and I am so here for it, as am I. The chat's gone nuts, honestly. Oh, we have a super chat. Thank you so much for your very generous donation to the channel. Red on white, thank you for that. Really appreciate it. Is it me or does Zubimendi have Ozil vision? Mate, Zubimendi has got some mad vision. This guy plays the game in his head before he even has the ball. Like, he's one step ahead mentally, and he can almost predict where the players are going to be. He is the metronome. From time to time, I just go back and watch that breakdown show that we did of Zubimendi earlier in the summer with George of the Cannon podcast, and it is just a joy. Thank you for your donation. Really, really appreciate it. I say it, every now and again. I get approached by betting companies all the time. I refuse to take money from them because they do some terrible things to some very vulnerable people, and any donation goes a very long way to the running cost of the channel. Appreciate that. Saka should not be playing 90 minutes. Look, we got to be careful about loads in legs, but he's got 4 days now to recover until the weekend. What a great driving run from MLS. We'll come on to that shortly. Thank you for that. Keep the chat coming. Let's move away from the match stats and talk about the goals. I mean, look, the very best of Arsenal. It took, I think, 56, 57 minutes, wasn't it? On the clock when we got the free kick on that wide position. Declan Rice put the ball down, and at that moment, you kind of knew that ball would come whipping across the penalty area, and indeed it did. And it took big Gabby Magalhaes to just nod it home. Oblak got a hand to it, but sort of rolled it into the net, palmed it into the net, and off and running we went. Great to see a goal from a set piece. It's such a useful tool to have in your armory. People are going to mock us. People are going to talk about percentages, and people are going to talk about how boring it is and how unsustainable it is, mate. When you are this good at set pieces, it is not luck. It is not fluke. It is not just, the day you're having. This is a sustained weapon that we have in our armory that we can use at any time to our advantage. And I think the more that we keep doing this, the more fear. You can see the movement of the players. Like Atletico Madrid, the players were in the box, and I had lucky view, North Bank lower, three rows up from the grass. They don't know where to go. And you got big William Saliba whispering in people's ears and Gabby Magalhaes pulling players across, and they don't know where to go. They don't know where to stand. They don't know who to follow. The routines are all different. They're all so creative. It is fabulous. And long may this continue, because it is, like I say, advantage for Arsenal. Also, some concern about Declan Rice playing all these minutes. Yeah, I'm a bit nervous about that as well. I think I talked about that a couple of days ago. England games, club games, he's going to need a rest at some point. Social Joins, welcome, says, good win. I missed the first half, but caught all the goals at the 60-minute mark. Yeah, I mean, look, the first half was a tight game of chess, I would say, Social Joins. So second half, you obviously timed that perfectly. 14-minute blitz, absolutely superb. Amber, great to see you in the chat. What a glorious evening, FK. So happy for Victor Gyökeres. And Flipdoc, welcome back, says, every single player put in a shift tonight. Proud to support this club. The vibes are on fire. Absolutely. I'm so happy. And then the second goal. And again, this was an example of the best of Arsenal. Not only the finish, which I'll come on to in just a second, but the move. There are some pass maps going around, but it looked like we had a lot of the possession quite deep in our half, and we were sort of baiting Atletico Madrid to come on to us. And then Miles Lewis-Skelly picks up the ball. I think it was Miles Lewis-Skelly. He just picks up the ball and just starts running and starts sort of powering through that midfield, charging through that midfield. And Atletico midfielders sort of paving the way one by one, and he's holding onto the ball like glue with his strength and his brute force. He sees Gabby Martinelli just set off on the run, plays a beautifully weighted ball, and I think Gabby Martinelli just touches it first time. Bop. Curls it around the goalkeeper into that bottom corner, Thierry Henry-esque, and the North Bank are on fire. I think it was 3 minutes after that first goal, and what a finish from Gabby Martinelli. And listen, really pleased for him. Like I just said a few minutes ago, him and Trossard, let them just keep doing that. I'll have one game and do something good, and I'll come in another game and do something good. Arteta's got to keep them on their toes, use them to their best. A few of you mentioned it already. Martinelli, when he plays on instinct, when he's played onto the ball into space, few better. And what a finish it was. I mean, I love this picture. What a finish. I'm sure there are better angles, but in the ground, it's one of those goals where I sit just behind the left post of the goal, and I've seen the ball just arch around the goalkeeper coming in, and you kind of watch it in slow motion, and it's just fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. I'm delighted for the boy. It gives Mikel Arteta a selection headache, and that's what you want. We want that as a fan. We want that, the squad fighting for positions. We want the players all on form, timing it right. Just so pleased for Gabby Martinelli. Honestly, really, really happy. Louis, fun, unreal fact. Arsenal have never lost or conceded in a Champions League group or league phase game at the Emirates under Mikel Arteta. Funny you say that. There is a mind-boggling stat coming up later. Tony, welcome to the show. FK, that bench is getting better. Cannot wait for Havertz and Madueke to return. And Jesus, of course. Don't forget the skipper. Don't forget Ben White. Mate, all of the Piero and Capier's not even played yet. Oh, wow. What a squad. Honestly, I just... are we dreaming? Are we going to wake up one morning and this is not going to be real? James Bond says, big up Latte. D-Day Spring says, the 40-minute goal blitz smirks of an Arsene Wenger team. I mean, look, I don't think we're playing as swashbuckling football as we did under Arsene, but listen, we are so difficult to beat. Arteta's, if you think about the players like volume dials, he's just got to make a couple of small tweaks and the automatisms are going to be there, and the Maduekes and the Ezers and the Erdegaards, they'll all learn how to play with each other. The Gyökeres, once he gets his sort of form and confidence, pumping through his veins, we're going to be a special team. Very, very special team. And what a run it was for Miles Lewis-Skelly. Really deserves a lot of praise. I mean, he's another example. Ricky Calafiori's been playing every week, keeping young Miles out of the team. And, non-Arsenal fans are like, that's it. That's the end. It was just a 6-month sort of purple patch. But this guy comes in as if he's been playing every game, doesn't even shirk at the opportunity, and just delivers a great performance against a top team. Flipdoc says, I haven't seen Simeone look so quiet and defeated in a long time. When the fourth goal went in, there was the video panned to Diego Simeone on the big screen in the stadium, and you could see the Arsenal fans in slow motion jumping up and down and sort of hugging each other, and Simeone was just sort of stood, arms, sort of head down, arms down by his sides. No response. No response, did not know what to do, how to deal. And of course, Arsenal blowing Atletico away. Fabulous, and really pleased, like I said, again, for Gabby Martinelli. You're going to see a lot of this. Victor Gyökeres, I mean, look, those of you that are tuning in for the first time, if you you won't know. I love this boy. I've loved him for 18 odd months, and when we signed him, I was absolutely ecstatic. And what I've seen over the last few weeks, in just sort of watching rematches and sort of just focusing on Gyökeres cam, if you like, I love what he's doing in this team. The work rate, the runs in behind, the mentality he's got, the distractions, the dragging, the grappling, the pulling defenders away out of position and making space for our wide players. This guy deserves the lot. And I'm so pleased that he got the goals tonight. I mean, the first goal, a little bit fortuitous. I think he actually knocks it onto the defender's feet and it kind of trickles in, and he was a little bit embarrassed to do the celebration, but he's got to do it. It's a goal. They all count. Just do the goddamn celebration. We all loved it, and we all did it back to him. And then the fourth goal, which I think was a corner, ball goes over the top. Gabriel, I think it was, back post, nods it across the goal. Then he sort of, I don't know, knees it in, hips it in, nuts it in. I don't know. I haven't even seen the goal back. And then I've seen all these stills of everyone doing the celebration. And obviously, you remember what happened when we were playing Sporting Lisbon. Gabriel Magalhaes did it when we beat them 5-1. And then they both do it, although Gabriel's needs a little bit more work, I would say. And it was just a very wholesome moment. And so for him to get 2 goals tonight, like I say, very, very good for his confidence, very good in terms of a reward for him. And listen, if he gets a few days now and goes into the Crystal Palace game with the confidence that he's got, he might notch another one. And then all of a sudden, everything turns around for him. And I'm so, so pleased. Really, really pleased. Flipdoc just wants to shout out Saka. It says in the first half, Saka was a man possessed. He made everything happen. What a goal. Well, it wasn't a goal, obviously. I think it was a right-footed shot into the bottom of the net. Was it offside? Was it obvious? Was it clear? I haven't seen any of the highlights back. My apologies. I should be better prepared, but come on. You guys know. Forgive me. I go to the games. I come home and I just want to talk. Saka and Timber says... I can't read your username. Ichbenroy94. Saka and Timber, these two are in sync. They are unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm way behind on the chat. I'm really sorry. What a game, FK. Hope you enjoyed your evening with your son. I did. I absolutely loved it. Should be getting 8 out of 8, says Joel in this group. I'm not sure about that. Not that easy to predict. We are so good. Ooh, I love it. I love this sort of a night. Mark says, shout out to our defending tonight. So organized, so coordinated, suffocating, brilliant. Honestly, what has Mikel Arteta created, ladies and gents, boys and girls? I mean, as a team, every single player just goes into every game wanting to win every duel, obviously. And they want to be the better player in that little zone that they have in the pitch, and they have to boss everything in that little zone. They have to win second balls. They have to win duels. They have to be the better passer. They have to take care of their opposition. They work so harmoniously, and the team's only going to get better. We are so, so difficult to play against. Long may it continue. Pato is proud of Set Piece FC, but the goals will come from open play. Hassa, a YouTube channel member, thank you so much. Says, all love and respect to UFK for your decision with the Mordor Darkness, aka betting companies. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. There are too many betting companies out there. I saw yesterday a friend of mine who I won't name and shame, but I have private messaged. He publicized or promoted a tweet encouraging $1,000 bet, $1,000 stake. I think stuff like that is wild. I think it is hugely irresponsible. And in a day and an age like this, when the economy is so bad across so many countries across the world and people are vulnerable, doesn't stick right with me. But I don't want to get too holier than thou on a channel like this. Miles Lewis Kelly getting a lot of love. We are on a different level now. The second goal was just so beautiful. Talking about the Gabby Martinelli strike, of course, the move up to that. I need to watch that again. It was absolutely superb. Kirit says, Gyökeres has really surprised me tonight. Immense performance. I don't think he did anything different, to be fair, mate. Than he has been doing in recent weeks. I just think he looked really up for it, and he worked hard as he always does. And yeah, just really well. And talking of Larry's in the house. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Every show, every show. Chrome, welcome. It's been a long time. What a win. Can't wait for the parade next summer. Let's not get too carried away, but do enjoy the moment, my friend. I think we are favourites now for the Premier League and for the Champions League, I hear. But don't let the noise sway you and your thinking, and don't think about what might or might not happen. Go with the night. Enjoy the highlights. Enjoy the content. Relive the glory that we've seen tonight. And Larry says, good tick, not stop the hot water. It did work. I don't know if that was deliberate. Apparently, they sorted it out in about 40 minutes. Title number 14 says, FK, why did the stadium empty out early tonight? Arteta and all the players deserved a standing ovation. I don't know why that happened. Me personally, had to leave. I had a 6-year-old with me. Had to get him home because we're flying tomorrow overseas, and my missus would have gone absolutely nuts. But listen, the game finishes just before 10 o'clock in London. It's difficult to get home. Public transport can be quite challenging. The queues around the underground, which wasn't, working as well on the way into the game. People just want to get home, and it's quite difficult. And that's why I think the stadium emptied out. It is a shame, though. I agree with you. Tonight felt so good to finally get revenge for the Europa League semi-final. I don't think it, for me personally, I rate you for that. For me personally, I don't think it does anything. For me personally, it's just a nice, satisfying win over a top team. Sends a bit of a message. Victor Gyökeres getting goals, Martinelli getting a goal, open play goals, another clean sheet. Very, very happy. So I'm going to be delighted with that. Vivad says, I love Gyökeres in his celebration. Someone needs to teach Martinelli how to do it properly. Yeah, there is a picture of Martinelli doing like this. It could just be the camera that caught him in that one moment. But I'm not going to get bored of this. I might even just go to the airport tomorrow and check in like this. I'm not sure. We have another super chat. Thank you so much for your very generous donation, Vivek. What a win, he says. Gyökeres deserved it, and I am so happy for my guy Martinelli. Zumendi is such a gem. Havertz and Madueke and Jesus to come. And like I said, I've got to stress it again. No Martin Odegaard. No Benjamin White. No Piero Hincapié. Squad is stacked. Squad is stacked. You love to see it. Love to see it. Let's move on to what this means then. So 3 out of 3 wins, and on we go. Thank you so much, Vivek. Really appreciate your generosity. Look, it was a great performance, and to so many of the comments that we've seen earlier in tonight's show, we have not conceded a goal in the group phase of the Champions League under Mikel Arteta. That's 9 games. We've scored 26 goals at the Emirates, and we've not conceded. I mean, that's just insane. Like, the guy's a lunatic, but I love him to bits. We're so hard to beat. So that is the table as it stands. I've just nabbed this off social media. I'm assuming it's the correct table. But PSG are top with a goal difference of +10. Inter Milan are obviously second. Arsenal there in third, +8. We're looking good. We are looking good. And obviously, bear in mind that we're only halfway through this game week of the Champions League. The table will change throughout the week. But I can't complain. We've had a really stellar start to this Champions League competition, and it may only just be the group phase, and it may only just be the 21st of October, but to take it in your stride. And listen, you remember, if we finish high up in this top 8, A, we don't have to play the qualifier. B, you will play at home in that second leg, which is going to be very, very important. Social Joy says, more Gyökeres goals, the better. Shut these tactico wafflers up. Look, everyone's entitled to their opinions, right? I don't know if you're referring to anyone in particular. People are always going to be, calling each other out, and that's the way it is. Look, ultimately, we all want the team to win. We all want our players to do well. But I can't lie if I say that I'm not a little bit satisfied and leaning towards how you feel, man. Really appreciate that. The Gabby doing the Batman celebration. Jay says Gabriel's celebration with the Arsenal flag was cold. Yeah, apparently he sort of just pulled it over, showed the Arsenal badge on his chest. He's showing the rest of Europe that Arsenal are not playing around. Yeah, Bayern Munich look good as well, as many of you said. Logical Nonsense and Kirit Harry Kane is doing some really good things. Mr. Berland, come on. Saka, no goals, no assists, so disappointing. Come on. He was brilliant. It is great that we don't have to totally rely on him. You're absolutely right. I think you meant that as a joke. Yeah, listen, I'm not concerned about his output. I think that he is back to his brilliant best. I think I said it after the last game, whatever that was, that his explosiveness is back. He is running as if he's not had that injury. He is playing freely. He's got that burst back in his step. So pleased. So pleased. And we have Bayern Munich, haven't we, in like a couple of games' time. So we've got Prague away and then Bayern Munich at the Emirates. What a game that is going to be. Harry Kane coming back to North London. Raphael, welcome to the show as we just start to round things up. Hello. What a squad, ladies and gents. We've talked about that completely. Simeone calling Arsenal's defence the Wall of London, says Ron Rogers. I've called the Arsenal defence the Ministry of Defence, but the Wall of London. I do like that. Pato says, what a time to be a Gooner. Enjoy it, people. That's my point, Pato. Enjoy the moment. There's no guarantee of silverware. There's no guarantee of securing a Premier League title on the 21st of October. Of course there isn't. So much can happen, but you've got to enjoy moments like this. You've got to enjoy feelings like this, and you've just got to go for the ride. Dan Fry says, big respect to you, man. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I think you were talking about the betting though. So listen, I think yeah, lots of people talking about the clean sheets. It is insane. 9 clean sheets in 12 games in the group stages of the Champions League under Arteta. Phenomenal. Another 7 or 8 out of 10 for Timber. Mr. Consistent. He's sensational. Rice cannot get a yellow in the next game. I think maybe we go to Prague and we just don't let Rice play. I would hate for him to miss the Bayern Munich game. I really want him to just let him see it out. Zubmendi won't play in Prague. Play Norgard, play Marino. Just get the job done. Dave's in the house. Welcome. Joel says, respect to Wayne. What's Wayne done? What has Wayne done? Has he been doing some good things? And title number 14 says, I think this year we're going to have 15 players with 10 plus GA. We are massive. Let's see. I mean, look, I'm absolutely delighted. I can't, like I said at the start of the show, a really, really big night for me on a personal note to be able to take my boy to his first Champions League game, 6 years old. He was buzzing since Sunday, hasn't slept a wink. He's just crashed on the bed. As soon as he came home, he was fast asleep in the car, to be fair. He had a phenomenal night tonight. He, lost his mind at the 4 goals right in front of him in the second half. And obviously, on a professional note, fantastic to see you guys here supporting Latte Firm on a match reaction video. 500 of you watching live right now. Grateful to all of our channel members, massively grateful to all of our Patreon members, many of whom enjoyed the game tonight. There'll be some more tickets coming up, I'm sure, over the next couple of weeks, including the North London Derby. Might have to do a giveaway. If we can get to 100 Patreons, I think we're 3 or 4 shy now, I'll give away a ticket to the North. In fact, I will give away a ticket to the North London Derby. How about that? Yeah, let's do that. Listen, just honestly, what a night. What a moment, and I hope you've enjoyed the content. If you have tuned in for the first time, please do subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Personal sort of message, I am going on holiday tomorrow with the little ones. It's half term. We are going away to the Middle East, to Abu Dhabi. I have no idea what the internet connection is going to be like there. I'm assuming it'll be good because we're staying somewhere nice. But we'll be at water parks and aqua parks and Warner Brothers and all that sort of stuff, doing regular stuff that you would do with 2 young children. I will try my time to do some post-match phone-ins or some phone-ins if you can, because I don't know what the internet is going to be like. So Palace, we'll see what happens. Match previews and match reviews and late night lounges. I don't know. Haven't figured it out yet, but just bear with me. Enjoy the rest of the week. Enjoy tomorrow. Wake up in the morning and go off to work and school and uni with that big spring in your step and be proud, because this team is going places. And Mikel Arteta, you have changed my life. Bye for now.